Offside, out of bounds. Welcome to Offside and Out of Bounds. Thank you for joining us for the final episode and the final position that we are looking at, the catchers, the backstops. We've got some pretty strong candidates back here for some really good offensive production. However, there are a few things you need to look at a position that doesn't naturally give you a lot of production. So outside the top five, and again, this isn't a position that you're looking for defensiveness from, unless errors is something that's counted in your league. But the top five, there's still good production, but there's a ton of production behind them. So we're going to give you our sleepers at the end. Let's go. Now, coming in at number one, to no shock and no surprise, the top-rated catcher, JT Realmuto, is also the 52nd overall pick in the fantasy world. Last year, he finished up with 46 hits, 11 home runs, 33 runs scored, 32 RBI, 4 stolen bases, and had an OPS of 840. Now, we do like him in this spot, just not certain about the total amount of production that's going to be coming out of Philly this year. Baseball Reference has him finishing up at 123 hits, 22 home runs, 77 runs scored, 73 RBI, 7 stolen bases, and a 789 OPS clip. Good news, if he's gone quick, there are a ton of guys behind him that I think are going to get a bit more production out of. So put him in your queue and think about it. Coming in the second spot for catchers and 101st overall ranked, Salvador Perez. A bit of a mystery here, as he's not really known that well for his offensive production. He wrapped up last year with 50 hits, 11 home runs, 22 runs scored, 32 RBI, 1 stolen base, and had a 986 OPS. Now, again, ton of production behind this. Baseball Reference has him wrapping up with 97 hits, 20 home runs, 47 runs scored, 62 RBI, 3 stolen bases, and OPSing at 770. Again, put him in the queue and wait. There's tons of guys behind them that you're going to get better production out of. Third-ranked catcher Wilson Contreras is also 137 overall ranked. Wrapped up last year with 46 hits, 7 home runs, 37 runs scored, 26 RBI, 1 stolen base, and OPS at a 763 clip. Good thing, Chicago, there's going to be tons of run opportunities for him, tons of guys on base for him to knock home, so there's going to be a good run and RBI production season for him. His OPS should probably get a bit higher than that as well. Baseball Reference has him wrapping up at 118 hits, 20 home runs, 70 runs scored, 68 RBI, 4 stolen bases, and OPSing at a 777 clip. We expect better production out of Contreras this year. He's a guy, put him higher up in your queue for catchers, and if he's there when it's your turn and it's not too high, then definitely pull the trigger. Coming in as the 4th-ranked catcher and ranked 156 overall is Will Smith. He wrapped up last year with 33 hits, 8 home runs, 23 runs scored, 25 RBI, no stolen bases, and had a 980 OPS, and also won the World Series and was quite productive in this series. He's probably going to get a little more playing time this year, so definitely see his production going up quite substantially. Now, Baseball Reference has him finishing up with 91 hits, 22 home runs, 60 runs scored, 68 RBI, 4 stolen bases, and OPSing at an 864 clip. We see the hits a bit higher, RBIs and run total a bit higher, as there's a pretty strong offense. Now, again, he will be hitting towards the end of the line, but so runs scored should be a bit higher because he's setting the table for the top of the order, which can absolutely mash. So put him in the queue. Maybe put him a bit below Contreras and Realmuto, but, he's definitely someone who, if he is there for you in the later rounds, pull the trigger. Coming in as the 5th-ranked catcher and also ranked 147th overall, Yasmani Grandal. Finished last year with 37 hits, 8 home runs, 27 runs scored, 27 RBI, no stolen bases, and went off at a 773 OPS. Not sure, how much production you're going to get out of him. Obviously, the numbers are going to be higher. It was a shorter season, but don't know if he's going to be top 5 production-wise. Baseball Reference has him wrapping up at 103 hits, 22 home runs, 66 runs scored, 66 RBI, 3 stolen bases, and going off at a 790 OPS clip. We like others here. If you're in absolute desperation mode, keep him in the queue, and hopefully he's around for you. We are on the clock. So outside of those that we like in this top five in Real Muto, Contreras, and Smith, to move outside the box in terms of just pure offensive production, there are three guys that we really like. Now, one of them obviously is Gary Sanchez because he hits a ton of home runs, and there's too much RBI production potential and run scoring potential in New York for him to not be there. So get him in the queue, and if you pull the trigger, pull it as quickly as possible. The next guy is Murphy out of Oakland. He's set to have an absolutely breakout year there, and there's great production potential with Chapman and Olsen, and they're basically going to create a three-headed monster. So definitely look for him, Sean Murphy, put him in the queue. And the last is if they can figure out this catching situation in Toronto. Danny Jansen has pretty solid numbers for getting the amount of bats that he's getting. And, him and Reese McGuire split. Jansen had 121, McGuire had 111 last year. But if Danny Jansen can get the predominant reps in the backstop there, he's definitely someone to keep out for. He hits the ball a ton, good RBI production, and good OPS numbers. Thank you for joining us for this episode of our fantasy baseball draft. As always, stay safe, support local, and see ya real soon.